Trump has officially begun to withdraw the U.S. from the World Health Organization as pandemic spikes. January 22, when asked if there are worries about a pandemic, Trump responded, "No. Not at all, and we have it totally under control. It's one person coming in from China, and we have it under control. It's going to be just fine." ABC News. January 24, China has been working very hard to contain the coronavirus. The United States greatly appreciates their efforts and transparency. It will all work out well. Via Twitter. January 30, we have it very well under control. We have very little problem in this country at this moment. 5. And those people are all recuperating successfully. Politico. January 31, we pretty much shut it down coming in from China. NYT. February 10, looks like by April, in theory, when it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away. C-SPAN. February 19, I think the numbers are going to get progressively better as we go along. NYT. February 23, we have it very much under control. Via press briefing. February 24, the coronavirus is very much under control in the USA. Stock market starting to look very good to me. Via Twitter. February 25, CDC and my administration are doing a great job of handling coronavirus. Via Twitter. February 26, when you have 15 people, and the 15 within a couple of days is going to be down to close to zero, that's a pretty good job we've done. Via press briefing. February 26, we're going very substantially down, not up. Via press briefing. February 26, we're at the low level. As they get better, we take them off the list so that we're going to be pretty soon at only 5 people. And we could be at just 1 or 2 people over the next short period of time. Via press briefing. February 26, in many cases when you catch this it is very light, you don't even know there's a problem. Sometimes they just get the sniffles, sometimes they just get something where they are not feeling quite right, and sometimes they feel really bad, but that's a little bit like the flu. It's a little like the regular flu that we have flu shots for, and we will essentially have a flu shot for this in a fairly quick manner. Via press briefing. February 26, this is a flu. This is like a flu. Via press briefing. February 27, we're rapidly developing a vaccine. The vaccine is coming along well, and in speaking to the doctors we think this is something that we can develop fairly rapidly. NBC News. February 27, it's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle it will disappear. ABC News. February 27, the flu in our country kills from 25,000 people to 69,000 people a year. That was shocking to me. And so far, if you look at what we have with the 15 people, and they're recovering, one is pretty sick but hopefully will recover. But the others are in great shape. Via press briefing. February 28, we're ordering a lot of supplies. We're ordering a lot of, elements that frankly we wouldn't be ordering unless it was something like this. But we're ordering a lot of different elements of medical. Via press briefing. February 28, the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. They tried the impeachment hoax. And this is their new hoax. C-SPAN. March 2, you take a solid flu vaccine, you don't think that could have an impact, or much of an impact, on corona. C-SPAN. March 2, we had a great meeting today with a lot of the great companies and they're going to have vaccines, I think relatively soon. NYT. March 4, because a lot of people will have this and it's very mild. They'll get better very rapidly. They don't even see a doctor. They don't even call a doctor. Politico. March 4, if we have thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that get better just by, sitting around and even going to work, some of them go to work, but they get better. AP. March 5, I never said people that are feeling sick should go to work. Via Twitter. March 5, the United States has, as of now, only 129 cases, and 11 deaths. We are working very hard to keep these numbers as low as possible. Via Twitter. March 6, I think we're doing a really good job in this country at keeping it down, a tremendous job at keeping it down. Via press briefing. March 6, anybody right now, and yesterday, anybody that needs a test gets a test. They're there. And the tests are beautiful. The tests are all perfect like the letter was perfect. Via press briefing. March 6, I like this stuff. I really get it. People are surprised that I understand it. Every one of these doctors said, "How do you know so much about this?" Maybe I have a natural ability. Maybe I should have done that instead of running for president. Via press briefing. March 6, I don't need to have the numbers double because of one ship that wasn't our fault. NPR. March 7, I'm not concerned at all. Via press briefing. March 8, we have a perfectly coordinated and fine-tuned plan at the White House for our attack on coronavirus. Via Twitter. March 9, the fake news media and their partner, the Democrat Party, is doing everything within its semi-considerable power to inflame the coronavirus situation. Via Twitter. March 9, this blindsided the world. USA Today. March 10, it will go away. Just stay calm. It will go away. MSNBC. March 12, but it'll go very quickly. Via press briefing. March 12, we'll be discussing some other moves that we're going to be making, and I think it's going to work out very well for everybody. Via press briefing. March 13, declared state of emergency. March 13, I don't take responsibility at all. C-SPAN. March 17, this is a pandemic. I felt it was a pandemic long before it was called a pandemic. AP. Boy, I sure am glad this virus is going to magically disappear. /S. During his campaign he downplayed the importance of the INT organizations and accused them of working against U.S. interests. When he took office he acted on his words by either not appointing key personnel or appointing figures that brought this belligerent attitude to the organization's stages. Meanwhile China was filling this power vacuum and filling the organizations of Chinese diplomats. That was the very case with the WHO, who didn't have an U.S. ambassador appointed for almost 3 years of the Trump gov. Whether he is right or wrong about the organizations, by not engaging with them he created an opportunity for others to take lead and seek to fulfill their own interests. By withdrawing he is only giving more room for others to use the organizations against U.S. interests. This is like when a tenant knows they're going to be kicked out of their living space, so they just smear shit all over the wall. He's basically trying to do as much damage before he leaves office. Put this guy's brain in a parakeet and it'd fly backwards. Putin is doing his best Montgomery Burns impression right now. Why does the president alone make this decision, or does he? Trump has also fired a bunch of inspector generals. This is another example of how he wants no oversight. Kentucky, please vote out Moscow Mitch. Very stable genius level of timing. Wow, his successor will spend the whole term mending fences and atoning for the absolute destruction caused by this administration, and his GOP enablers have caused. It all goes downhill from there, as if it already fucking hasn't. Putin can't believe how much Trump is diminishing America's influence. Some people might think Trump's idiocy is easily reversible. But the tendency of American voters will now be a major consideration in dealing with America. I don't get it. The WHO fucked up, sure. China has undue influence over their leadership, sure. But does withdrawing not just give China free rein over the organization forever? Does America have no geopolitical influence? Why can't we use our leverage as a chief contributor to the WHO's budget to change it for the better? It's done good work in the past, and just because corruption exists, doesn't mean we should just abandon ship.